Hey there. So, centralizing communication is absolutely critical if you want to build efficiencies and not have things fall through the cracks in your business. Now, when it comes to communicating amongst you and your team, when you really think about it, it boils down to generally four types of communication that's going on. First is people asking questions or clarification on tasks that they are currently working on. The second one are ideas and brainstorming, right? Like, oh, I've got this great idea, especially if you are the CEO of your business, you probably have that coming at you all day long. The third one is emergencies. There is something I need help with right now, and that deserves its own compartment. And the fourth style is when you're just wanting to do general communication, whether it's for information sharing, motivation, etc. That's not tied directly to a specific project or task that you or your team might be working on. So one of the biggest mistakes that you can make is have lots of tools where people are communicating. Sometimes it's in an email, sometimes it's on Slack, sometimes you're out for walks, so you pick up Voxer and you kind of do a brain dump to someone on your team in Voxer, or maybe Marco Polo, or you're sending texts, or you're on Instagram when you have that idea. So now you're sending them DMs. You can start to see why things are not running efficiently and effectively when you are using a myriad of tools for communication. So my recommendation for you and your entire business, it's going to save you a ton of time. It's going to save you a ton of headache. It's going to make onboarding new people so much easier, is to centralize communication. All right. And ideally, when you are doing this, you want to use as few tools as possible. So let's review those four types. First, I want you to think about, where do you assign tasks? Where can you see what people are working on? In that same system is where all the conversation and clarification should be happening. So in my business, we use ClickUp as our project management tool. So all task assignments are in there, and any questions or conversation that needs to happen around that happens right there in ClickUp. So it's all in one central place. Now, let's talk about, where do we want to go to actually store information about ideas and brainstorming, right? All of that needs to be funneled into one place so that when you sit down to decide what to work on next, have meetings, plannings, etc., you have all that information there. Again, my recommendation is you can probably leverage your project management tool to store that layer of information as well. Now, let's talk about the third type, that emergency. My recommendation for you is pick something that is different, right? Something that kind of stops people in their tracks. Here at the Pink Bee, the only time we ever text each other ever is in an emergency. And I have notifications that will actually alert me if someone on my team were to text me, because I could count on one hand and have fingers left over how many times that's happened in the last 12 months. But it doesn't get lost in the cracks, right? Because it's something very different. And then the fourth and final place, right? Think about the one place where you are going to have general communication, where you might be sharing, something motivational, an update that you wanted to pour out into your team. Now, if you are using project management software such as a ClickUp, Monday.com, Asana, etc., 99% of the time, these tools have all this functionality built in. You do not need a different tool for every form of communication, and absolutely never use more than one tool for the same kind of communication. Now, if you are a fan of Slack, great news. It has a ton of integration capability for you, so that if you choose to leverage that tool, you actually can get it updating information for you into your project management tool as well. So again, really challenge yourself to think about, how can you centralize communication so that things can run so much smoother.
I hope you found this video useful. Follow me right here on YouTube for more great content daily. Download my international best-selling book, Be Good, Be Brief, Be Gone, for absolutely free at growfast.club. I say again, download my book at growfast.club for all of my 7-figure growth hacks. Get your copy now while it's still free.
Magnum